All right, so we're upgrading. We can do binomials times a binomial. As you can see, spoiler, I'm going to take a binomial times a trinomial. Notice I've already got a 2x3 polybox. These ones I don't even mess. There's no really foil for this. I think they just call it the extended distribution idea. So you just distribute. No. Organize it, man. Take your sweet time. Slow down, write it all accurately, and then do each multiplication one box at a time. Here we go. So 2x times an x squared would be a 2x upgraded to a cube. 2 times 2 is a 4. Oh, so like always, if you want to go through and do all the numbers first, that's cool. 2 times 3 is 6. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. Again, that's one method. Go back through, make sure you do the variables. X times x is x squared. 3 doesn't have an x, but you do, so you come along for the ride. 5 doesn't have an x, so the x squared comes along for the ride. There's a single x, no x, so the single x comes along for the ride. 3 and 5 don't have any variables, so that stays a 15. Okay? That may have seemed fast, but honestly, I'm just doing it nice and slow and smooth. One individual step at a time. A lot of small steps when you're multiplying all these pieces. I know it seems like a lot of plates to spin, but hey, deal with it. Okay, so now again, the nice thing, when you go standard form, big to small, they line up diagonally, big to small. Look at this. Isn't this pretty? Look at that. Like terms. All right, let's write it all down. We have a 2x cubed. You are the biggest, baddest wolf in the pack. 5 plus 4 is 9 of them. Again, once the polybox is made, you are done multiplying. You are done. No more multiplication. The only thing that can change exponents is multiplying. Okay? Now all the big kids are just adding together. Okay, remember, big kids multiply, little kids add. That's what you did in the polybox. Once the polybox is made, you're literally just doing addition. Okay, you're counting. 10 things plus 6 things is 16 things. And then 15. There you go. That's it. So if you were to do this in Schoology, and I gave you that, I think I have it set up where it's just a blank here, a blank here, a blank here, a blank here. So you just type in the coefficients. I already have the x cubed, x squared, x, and then a plain blank at the end. Okay, so just type in the coefficients. I think I have them all plus, okay, in Schoology. So if one happens to be a negative, you would have to type in the negative number. But we'll get there when we get there. I don't think I have any negatives. I haven't sprinkled any negatives in yet because I'm kind of a wimp. But, just hold on. Wait till we get to these trinomials times trinomials. Okay, so here's one a bit more difficult. So this one's kind of simple. It's all just kind of really basic x values. This one, oofda. We got a little bit more complicated here, okay. So I got to take a 3a and a 5b, the binomial, two sides, times an a squared, a 3b, and a 9c. Okay, I'm going to totally switch it. I'm going to go variables first. A times a squared is an a cubed. A times b is an ab. Alphabetical. Please go alphabetical. A times c is an ac. A squared b would be, well, basically that, an a squared b. B times b is b squared. B times c is bc. There we go. So I did it backwards. I just multiplied all the variables. If it's like variables, they upgrade. It's like leveling up. Okay, if you have an a times an a squared, it becomes an a3. But if they're different, then they just mush together. A times b is just ab. Okay, so if they're different, mush them together. If they're alike, upgrade them. B times b. Okay, just like leveling up a video game character. Now there's a 1 here. I guess you could write that down. 3, 9. Okay. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 9, 27. Excuse the bell. Sorry. Okay, 5 times 1. 5 times 3, 5 times 9. All right, there we go. Okay, now let's sift carefully. Do we have any like terms? Ouch, we do not. There's an a cubed, a squared b, an ab, a b squared, an ac, and a bc. Ugh. Okay, so the question here is, what's the best standard form? That's a wonderful question here. I'm going to try to go as best I can alphabetical, but you still have to go by degree. Well, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3. Okay, so it won't be too bad. So here we go. So I don't know. Some math teachers might get an argument about this. I honestly don't think it's something worth arguing over. So this would be, in my opinion, the best way to organize it. But if you switch a couple around, again, I'm not going to fight you over that. There's bigger problems in the world than the order of your 6-term polynomial. But I think this would be best. I think it would be best. I think you would do the b squared next. I don't really know, because I think some people might say, oh, that's got an actual exponent, so that's more important. And then some people would be like, oh, alphabetical. I don't know. As long as you don't really screw it up in terms of the degree, 3, 3, 2, and then these are all 2. So I guess from there you can go alphabetical. So plus 9AB plus 27AC, running out of space, 45 BC. There we go. Ew, gross. Sorry, I totally ran out of space. I was going to run into my 3x3 poly box over there. Okay. So, sorry about that one. You're not going to see a ton of those. Okay. That would be way, way difficult hard mode. Most of the ones you're going to see, you're going to end up with 4 terms. Okay. But yeah, as soon as you start sprinkling in different variables, you're going to get 6 possible different variables. Now, I hope, oh, please, I hope I don't have 9 different variables over here because I'm going to run out of space to write that down. Okay, so that's binomials times trinomials. Make yourself a 2x3, go 1 box at a time. Again, once the boxes are filled in, there is no more multiplying that you need to do. And the exponents and the variables do not change once the boxes have been filled out. Trinomials times trinomials. Coming up next.